YouTube. All right, here I go. Now y'all can see me. Um, so the question that was posed to me was this: what do I think about taking a break in a relationship? And if I believe in taking breaks in relationships, do I? How long should how long should you be together with someone and they decide they need a break? That was the question. And so I got a couple of notes from just things I was just thinking about today, and another podcast I did on this little new thing they got called worth. Because I think knowing what you thinking that you know what you're worth, and knowing what you're worth, and what other people think that you're worth goes a long way in a relationship when somebody in the relationship is asking for a break. Okay, so let's cut off Mr. If you want to know who this is Tonio Armani. I don't know why he isn't as he's big, but I don't know why he hasn't taken off yet, because his voice, honey, we'll talk about that on Bedroom Candy Night, because his voice sounds like gray sweatpants and you walking slowly toward me with no underwear on. Do you understand? This is why I'm gonna go back to YouTube. Sorry, I got distracted. So anyway, I'm not sure why he isn't as big as because honey. So again, the topic for tonight is this. The topic is, he asked me. Okay, so he's been with someone for about on and off for about 2 years, and then about 4 or 5 months ago they decided to move in together. It didn't work out because of roommates and arguing and fussing and all of this other stuff. I'm sorry, I thought I cut this off. Because of roommates and arguing and fussing and all this other happiness. So she went back to her mom, and he literally is just from couch to couch because he didn't have anywhere else to go. And he's with his mom. So the dynamics of that. So the time they were spending to get to know each other, they don't have that no more. So all of a sudden, 4 months after they stopped living together, they're still seeing each other. They're still having sex. They're still on the phone talking. They're still relationshiping. You understand? But she says that she wants a break. And he calls and he asks me, as a woman, what that mean? I said, I don't know, because I don't know her. We're not, all women don't think alike. We're not a monolith. Hello, John. We're not a monolith. Okay. So I don't know. I don't know what her motives are. I don't know who she is. And he's trying to, I said, and he was trying to tell me about her. And I'm saying, don't tell me about her, because what you know about her and who she thinks that she is not the same thing. And so he asked me, what do you think about when she said that she wanted to take a break? And I said to him, I don't believe when you're in a relationship that you should take a break. I don't think that, I think the only time that you should be talking about taking a break in a relationship is when the question on the table is divorce, or you're actually breaking up. Because if y'all not going to break up, then the best thing to do is stay together and work it out and talk about it. You understand? And I said, y'all haven't even been together consistently long enough for her to say she want a break. That's the number one thing. Y'all ain't been together long enough for her to say that she want a break, because y'all don't even know each other. And so I asked him, what did he say when she said she wanted a break? And he said the break was fine. But he also said that if we take a break, I am going to have to, then I think that it's good that we see other people. This is where she lost her mind, because she didn't think that they should agree to see other people during this break. And I said, first of all, y'all not in a committed relationship. You're not committed. You're having sex and all of that stuff. Y'all ain't in a committed. Y'all haven't committed to each other. Y'all are not in a committed relationship. And so, because y'all not in a committed relationship, her saying let's take a break is basically her saying, I don't really want to work on this part no more because it's getting hard. So I'm gonna go over here because I like the beginnings of relationships. I like the honeymoon part. But when it comes down, and this is for men and women, when it comes down to the part where we actually have to do real work, and we have to start talking about commitment. We have to start talking about long-term goals. We have to start talking about what's the 1 year plan, 2 year plan, 4 year plan, like that. And then now you stepping away from that after 4 months. First of all, with the 2 year on and off, I don't even count that, because y'all been taking breaks. Like, y'all been taking breaks. What you need another break for? Y'all were living together, now y'all not together no more. So what you need another break for? To me, when a person says, I need a break and I need my own space, they're basically saying, I need some new coochie and I need some new penis because because I don't want to deal with you no more. I don't want to deal with your drama no more. I want to be free, and I want to do what I want to do. And while I do that, I want you to sit over here and I want you to wait on me. And I'm gonna use my big words because I feel like that today. The unmitigated gall of somebody to tell you to wait on them in the middle of y'all getting to know each other is mind-blowing to me. It's mind-blowing to me, because you have stopped the progress of something. It's like you in labor, right? You having a baby, you in the middle of labor. Not pains, not contractions. I'm talking about pushing. And in the middle of labor, you say, okay, hold up, I don't want to do this more. I'll come back to this when I feel like this kind of pain. So let me go over here. I'm gonna do what I want to do. Let the baby. That's what that is. And do you see how ridiculous I sound? That's how ridiculous it sounds when you, and I'm talking about man or woman, when a man or woman comes to you in the middle of you guys getting to know each other. At the precipice of y'all getting to a point where it's almost committed, and tell you they need a break. From what? We're not committed. You need a break for what? And so if you need a break and you're going to do what you're going to do on the break, then I'm going to do what I'm going to do on the break. And see, that's where women lose their mind. And men, when men ask for a break and he find out that woman decided that she going to do, it doesn't work out well, because men don't like to share. They like to dole it out all over town and dropping seeds like they Johnny Appleseed. But as far as men sharing a woman, I know y'all gonna come to me and y'all gonna talk to me about these polygamous people that are on TikTok and they're having these, do what you want to do. But to try to get me to understand that you married to me, but it's 2 other women in this house, when people get divorced because of adultery. So you're going to commit adultery in the house with me, and we're going to cook dinner together, and our children going to have what? Let me move off of that, because it's weird. And it is a excuse, because you can't control yourself. You can't control popping your legs open or sticking your mushroom into a cave. And so now you call it polygamy. Now you say that it is natural for men and women to want to be with more than one person. But this is where it bothers me. So you can have multiple women because that's what you see as your right as a man. So what if she says, I met Brian down the street and I want him to come into this because I love this? What you gonna say? Because now all of a sudden you ain't said nothing about God. You ain't said nothing about the Bible and need more. You ain't said nothing about that. Because the patriarchal society that we live in says that you get to have everything you want. You will lick that lollipop down to the Tootsie Roll. And as soon as I pop it in my mouth and take 2 licks off it, you're going to take it back. That's the equivalent of what you're telling me when you're telling me you need a break. I don't need a break unless it's a Kit Kat bar. Do you understand me? People, what do you need a break from? And so that's what I told him. And one of the problems with being in a relationship with a person like that is y'all should have had the discussion of y'all relationship and the dynamics of it before you even let him put his mushroom in your cave and before you even open your cave up. And I say this all the time, and I feel like this is one of the problems I have with coming on here, because I feel like I sound like a broken record, but my stance on it never changes. Do you understand? 2 dick pics and a picture of your breast, 3 days of texting is not a relationship. You're not in love. You're not in love. You can't be in love with something that you can't be in love with someone who you barely, when texting and you're not looking them in the eye. How are you in love? And who are you in love with? So back to the question. You're telling me that after 2 years of on and off, because you're already iffy, because the on and off, it gives it away. And then 4 months, you live together for 2 months under the same roof. Then the honeymoon wore off on that. Y'all started arguing and then y'all left each other. And that's the thing. During those arguments, why were those arguments so bad that y'all had to leave each other alone? Because if y'all couldn't live together and y'all couldn't commit in the 2 years that y'all was on and off, then why y'all still together? And I'm going to answer that question because they're not here. And I'm going to answer that question because I've done it. And you know why I stayed? Because, I'm on TikTok too. I stayed because he had lived and visited the Isle of Penis, and he was endowed to bless me. And that's why I stayed. And I stayed because the neighbors knew my name. Jan is. That's why I stayed. I know people want you to be pretty and woman and be one. Women enjoy it just as much as y'all do. And I stayed because I loved the idea of being with someone who could make my eyes roll back. But then again, outside of that, there was really nothing we had in common. Nothing. And that's the truth. And so these 2 people stay together because backs are being blown out. And that's why they stayed. That's why they stay with each other. Because the physical is a draw. But I think I don't understand that why people don't understand that just because you are physically attracted to somebody, or you are attracted to their charismatic ways, or you're attracted to, listen, you could be attracted to the anointing in them, and then you stay. But after them 15, 30 minutes of backs being blown and weave being sweat out and gray sweatpants being thrown across the room, then what you gonna do? What do you do? And so I think that the issue with taking a break and thinking that is instead of saying I don't want to deal with you no more, or I'm just done with you, or because putting people on layaway, because that's what you're doing. You putting people on layaway, it ain't cute. And if you try to put the wrong person on layaway, you're going to regret it. Because everybody don't get their stuff on layaway. Everybody don't do credit. And you try to put another person on layaway while you shop around somewhere else for a better deal. You do that to the wrong person, you're going to regret it. you're not gonna you're gonna regret it. And so wouldn't it be easier just to say, listen, I think I've done everything I can do. I think you've done everything that you can do. And then and we should just not do this no more. And then let's delve into that, because I know women who assume, and I know men who assume that when they say they're done, that trips something in somebody else's head, and they understand. And it doesn't work that way all the time. My ex-husband kept telling me he wasn't happy. And I kept saying, okay, I understand. But then I kept running after him. And I kept waiting on him. For 8 years, I did it. And he kept saying, I can't have no fun with you and this, that, and the other. And he kept on popping out children, not from me. But I kept on going because I thought, and it was because he kept giving me that attention. And you know what the attention was? He was sleeping with me. And to me, as long as he came and slept with me once or twice a week, then I still had a chance. You understand? And this is my truth. You feel me? This is what I say when I talk. I don't really have a bunch of secrets, because I think the problem with people is not that they have secrets, is that they they want everybody to think that their life is unicorns, rainbows, and clouds, and it ain't. And so that's my truth. And I thought, he was living with her, but he was coming home and he was coming to my house and he was laying with me too. And as long as he did that once or twice a week and still answered my phone calls, then I had a chance. I didn't believe him that he didn't want to be with me no more until he said the words to me. You understand? When he stopped trying to be nice about it. Celeste, I do remember you, and I'm so happy you got your license. So he did not, I am happy for you, Celeste. But he kept telling me in these little sideways things, but he kept coming and sleeping with me once or twice a week. You feel me? And so I thought I had a chance. But until I heard the words, I don't love you, I don't want to be with you no more, I thought I had a chance. And that's how it is with some people. Some people, you got to hurt them on it, especially women. You have to hurt them on an emotional level so bad that they won't forgive you. And because men like to put women on layaway and hold on to them while they do whatever they're doing over. Women do it too. Because men and women like to put people on layaway and hold them over here just to test the waters over here, those words are rarely spoken. And my ex-husband did not say those words until, and I didn't notice till after, he proposed to another woman because he felt like she was going to be it. And this is the problem when you say, I want to take a break. Because you're not saying that you don't want to deal with it no more. You're not saying I'm not coming back. You're saying I want to take a break. And so when you say that to someone, a break is when you go to work and you take a break, you come back after 15 minutes. So in a relationship, if you say I want to take a break, they're expecting that, thank you, Nana. They're expecting that you're going to come back. Don't you think so? You don't think that they expect that you're going to come back? Because you said you're going to just take a break. You didn't say you're fired, don't come back. Because if you said you're fired, don't come back, then they wouldn't even bother. They wouldn't come back. But y'all, listen, y'all better stop putting people on layaway, because you're going to meet your match. You hear me? You're going to try to put somebody on layaway, and it's not going to end well for you, because it's a game that is very dangerous to play with the emotions of somebody who, in their mind, you have become a solid fixture. You understand? in their mind, especially a woman, we done wrote your last name with our last name. We done picked out the pattern or we just ain't told you yet. Because if we spend more than 2 or 3 months with you, with our time, especially if you got children and you away from your children, and you spend that time, then we have started making long-range plans in our minds. Unless you was a hoe or a gold digger. I said what I said, and I'm not taking it back. Because there are men and women who play with other people's minds because that's what they like to do. Because either somebody did it to them, or this is the life that they live. And we're not gonna pussyfoot around that, because it is what it is. But we're not talking about them. We're talking about people that you met them in the grocery store. And y'all been hanging out, and y'all been dealing with each other almost on a consistent basis and all of that. And now y'all had talked about living together and all that. You know, y'all made plans, y'all taking the kids this way. It's been 3 or 4 months. And at the end of the 4 months, you say, listen, I think I need a break. When all you had to do at the very beginning of that is say, I'm a habitual dater. I date for the first 3 months because I enjoy the honeymoon of dating. That's what you say. And then if they listen, this is the point I'm trying to make, and I'm not doing it very well, I think. If you're just be honest with the person that you're dealing with. If you're a habitual dater and all you want to do is date, say so. If you are a habitual skank, then say so. You ain't got to say it like that, though. If all you want to do is sleep around with different men every 2 or 3 months because you don't want commitment, or you want to sleep around with that many women, say so. Because not giving them the choice is not only disrespectful to them, it has solidified the fact that you're a liar and you're a con artist. And their anger towards you is justified. So I'm gonna take a break from talking. Y'all, I'm gonna take a break. Never mind. Y'all ain't got no sense of humor. And this is what I want y'all to do. I want y'all to go really quickly to YouTube and go to The Taste of Black Honey. Okay? Go to The Taste of Black Honey, like, share, and leave a comment for me. And subscribe if you would like. And on here, I would like for everyone right now to hit those likes like they've lost their minds. And while you do that, I'm going to play a little music. But in the meantime, and when I come back, I'm going to tell you who is sponsoring this show. So I'm going to give y'all a little bit of music. And while y'all do that, and I'm going to give my voice a break. And I'm going to drink some of this, whatever I got is over here. There you go. A little bit of music. The Taste of Black Honey. Go over there. Like, share, subscribe. Please comment. I have one comment over here. I know people don't want to really go to YouTube, but YouTube is the channel that I'm trying to migrate my followers from here to over there, but only on Friday night. Okay? Sooner or later. Hello, I'm just taking a break real quick, and I'll be right back. This is like a commercial break.
Try not to give myself out, cause I need this job. But on the weekend, I'ma have me a drink or two. I know I may not have everything I want, but I got everything that I need. When I go to work, I'ma do my best, cause I got a family to feed. Know that it'll be it on me. And Lord, I'm depending on you to do what you say you're gonna do. I know change will come. As long as I can pay the bills and put some food on the table. No more stressing about some money, cause it's nothing but paper. I know people that don't like me cause they still where I came from. The Lord gave me favor. Oh yes, he did. And I ain't worried about them, let them talk, cause I know change will come. Sooner or later, I know that it will. I know change will come. Sooner or later, I know that it will. I know change will come. Sooner or later, I know that it will.
Again, that is Tonio Armani. He's on you can really see his videos on YouTube. For everybody that stayed, thank you so much while I took a little break. Let's see. So, this show is sponsored by Bedroom Candy or Black Honey under my on my website, and it's bedroomcandy.com/18927 for those of you who are interested in going over there and being grown. We'll be talking about, ain't it pretty though? We'll be talking about Bedroom Candy on tomorrow, and we are going to focus on one of the toys or the lubes or something like that. I can't talk too much about that because they're gonna send that little thing, tell me I'm talking about something, and that is strictly on YouTube. That does not come on TikTok at all. I'll do it, and a lot of people won't be on there. I missed you too, PJ. I hope you're feeling better, sweetheart. So that's one of the sponsors of this show. The other sponsor is Uppity Negro, which is my clothing line. It's uppitynegro.com. Uppity Negro Apparel.shop. Uppity Negro Apparel.shop. You don't have, just go over there and look at it. Just look at it and touch a couple of the buttons. That'll be fine. And also I have actual like a sponsor person. Isn't that cute? It's Metal Vibes, METTO Vibes. He's here in Charleston, South Carolina. He is a car detailer. If you're in South Carolina in Charleston, or you're coming to visit, his number is 854-800-7967. It's 854-800-7967. I will be putting that up a little bit later on, or you can reach him at autodetailing@metalvibes.com. I will be giving you that information again. I'm very new to this commercial thing, so y'all have to forgive me if I'm doing it wrong. But I'm working on it. And also it's dedicated. I also sponsor, and this is my book. I wrote it, and it's under Bobby Takeover, and it's called Ma. And it's a pretty good book. It's on Amazon.com. A lot of the things that I'm talking about are in this book, and there are things that I'm talking about that aren't in that book because I'm working on the second one. So that's the commercials. and we're going to get back into it. So I think that, and I was looking back through, and I won't listen. Please feel free to ask questions, and if you can, try to pin it so I can see it. And that's one thing about. Thank you, Lady Yolanda. That's one thing about YouTube. It's easier for me to see the comments because they don't flash up. And that's another reason why I would prefer you to be on YouTube so you can ask me questions. This thing goes so fast I can't see the questions. And so I went back through, but I didn't see any. So I not only want you to listen, it's not a monologue. You know what I'm saying? This is I want this to be a conversation. And so if you have any questions, please thank you, Tiki Wolf. I like that. Thank y'all so much, man. Y'all don't make me cry. So I think that one of the things about this worth idea is one of the reasons why I think people think that taking a break is a good idea, because the balls you have to have. You understand? The balls you have to tell somebody in the middle of them trying to change their life to accommodate you while you go and gallivant your way through somebody else's life is beyond my thought. What you think you're worth, what you think you're worth, what people think about you and what they think you're worth, and what you're really worth are so far apart from the reality of you in your head. Because I swear on everything that is Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone that you're not worth as much as you think you're worth. I promise you. And let me tell you why I say that. And I say this all the time. When things are valuable, everybody wants a piece of that. Everybody wants some of that. They'll do whatever they can. How much is that? Even when you say priceless, they throwing prices out. You're telling me that you're worth so much that can't nobody afford you. That's what you're saying. You're saying that out of the 8 billion people on this planet, you have valued yourself at a worth that is so astronomically high that's why you're not in a relationship. No, I disagree. And I'm not even going to let that, I'm not even going to let that sentence linger. Because I'm going to tell you, and y'all heard me last night. I say this every day almost. Because I meet people like this who don't want to speak to you and listen. It's not because of the red bottoms. It's not because of this filter, because it's a whole lie. It's not because you can beat your face. It's not because of your house, your $5,000 bed, your $120,000 car, your kids always dressing nice. It's not the neighborhood that you have to put in 16 codes to get in. That is not why people don't want to be around you. Because it's not jealousy. I want to tell you what it is. They don't like you. Period. They don't like you because you focus too much on what people see, that you have no idea that you have turned into this monster of regurgitation. Because all you talk about is what you have. All you talk about is what you're worth, what you think you're worth. All you talk about are the things that people can see. But when you open your mouth to speak to people, or keep your mouth closed and don't speak to people because you think you're better than them, that shows your worth. But that's not what you want to deal with. You'd rather deal with the financial worth and the outer appearance worth and everything that you got around here worth. But I promise you that if you're still working a job and you're still working these TikTok streaks and YouTube and all that to work in order for you to pay your bills, then I promise you, you still a check away from where somebody else is at. And this is where the problem comes in. Because what people forget is what I said on a live 3 months ago. And I know you're not going to like my delivery, but I'm going to give it to you again. You ain't shit. Did you hear me? You ain't shit. Because without the grace, because we don't give each other grace. That's God's job. So without the grace and the mercy of the Creator, you ain't shit. I know you don't like that, and I get it. I know you don't like the delivery, but I tried everything I could to come up with another way to say that. But you keep forgetting that you ain't shit. You keep forgetting that there is a scripture that says this, that we stink in the nostrils of God. And y'all know I ain't no preacher. And if we, and y'all, I'm going to get you now because you said this. I heard some of y'all say this. We're gods, right? We're gods. I've heard people say, I am God. Then when you smell your sit down air, you stink because you ain't shit. And when you forget that the only reason you have what you have, and the only reason that you can move and maneuver your way through circles in life is because of grace and mercy, then we can't do nothing with you. Because you talk all this stuff on these apps, and you talk about it when you go to the women's conferences, and you got all this stuff that you can say. You got a 5-step thing to do whatever. And then in the midst of the applause and all of that stuff, you feel great. And then you walk your ass into that $2.5 million house by yourself, listening to the echo of your heels on the floor because ain't nobody in there to stop it. You walk past all that $10,000 furniture, go upstairs, get into that $5,000 bed, and you cry because you're lonely. Because you have told so many people that they're not worthy to be in your presence because you know your worth. Because you forgot you ain't shit. You forgot that you mean that you are nothing. And we might go biblical one more time. You forget that you ain't nothing but a vapor on the water. Let me tell you what the vapor is, because I think people get vapor mixed up with fog. You understand? So this is the water. This is water. You understand? Then you have the fog on top of the water. You see it? Fix your imagination. Don't get mad at me yet. So this is the water. This is fog on top of the water. You know that little thin line of what you can't see between, because the fog doesn't sit in the water. There's a little microscopic almost, but you can see it. Thin line right between the fog and the water. That's you in the eyes of God. You're a vapor. And yet you're telling me that you're worth so much that nobody can be in the presence of your brilliance. You can't find no man of no color, of no ethnic background that is worth you. And then you say, I need a break because I need to figure out how we gonna do this, because I need somebody to keep me in the life that I'm accustomed to. A bit. You forgot that last year you was putting up that thing because you had just learned a new way to do Vienna sausage. You don't remember that? You don't remember that? You don't remember when you was giving everybody pointers on how to go to the dollar store and redecorate their whole living room? No, you don't remember that. You don't remember that before your video went viral, you had duct tape on all the seats in your car. You don't remember the air mattress? And so you telling me that you need a break because he's not able to give you and put you in the life that you're accustomed to? How you mean? Because the life you're accustomed to is ramen noodles and spaghetti 3 nights a week. The life you're accustomed to is tennis shoes from the grocery store and meat out of the sales aisle. How you mean you got to find somebody to keep you in the life you're accustomed to? Because I know you ain't talking about this 2.5 million, all that, because you just got that. So what life are you talking about? Are you talking about the fact that you just moved out of the projects? Because that's the life I thought you were accustomed to, because that's who I met. So what life are you saying that you need somebody to keep you accustomed to? Because I'm pretty sure the life that you're accustomed to is calling your mama and telling her to keep the kids for the weekend because you need money to pay the rent. Because I promise you that them scabs on your knees is not from tying your children's shoe. This is the life that you're accustomed to. And the reason I speak about it because of women, because I'm a woman. And I know women. Because when your children hungry, there is no limit to what you will do. And so a video goes viral and TikTok starts sending you checks. And now all of a sudden, can't nobody keep you in the life that you're accustomed to. But I promise the life that you're accustomed to is $40 a blunt and a burger. Somebody please tell me where I'm lying at on either of these screens. So before I make everybody mad and they leave, the definition of worth. The definition of worth is this. Look at me. I got notes. I got notes. These are called receipts. This is a receipt. The definition of worth. The noun definition of worth is the value equivalent to that of someone or something under consideration. The level at which someone or something deserves to be valued or rated. So I want you to think in your mind, what do you think you're worth? That's what I want you to think in your mind. What do you think you're worth? And after you do that, tell me, do you deserve that particular level of worthiness? Don't worry, I'll wait. Let me see. Are these questions? Hold on. So, I don't have my moderator on here, so let me get my glasses and let me talk to Sparkling Ice because this bitch is crazy. Listen, little girl. The fact that I needed money for my car, which I got because it was outside. I do my own lashes. A friend of mine did my hair. And if I did it, first of all, I'm grown and I can do whatever I want to. You didn't give me anything. So wondering where that money went, this is why I have to get off TikTok. I'm sorry, I got off topic. I quit. I don't deal with, go on, little girl, and go play somewhere. So that is the definition of worth. Okay. So after you figure out what you're worth, do you think that what you think you're worth, are you deserving of that particular value of worth? That's the question. Thank you, PJ. I forgot you was on here, honey. I lost myself for a minute. I just don't, people, I've been getting that a lot about that money from last week. It's crazy. So the level at which someone or something deserves to be valued or rated. But understand that when you see a diamond or you see the picture of Mona Lisa, they didn't give themselves, yes, they're inanimate objects, but we talk about horses. We talking about that are bid on. We're talking about how all of those things do not give themselves worth. They are appraised by a professional. That's who gives them worth. That's who gives them the value that they are. So if that's the case, then what makes you think that you can give yourself a level of worthiness because that's what you think? Because like I said before I started talking about worth, your worth in your head is not going to be the same thing as the worth in that what your friends and family think you're worth. They're not going to be what your coworkers or whoever think you're worth. And because of our humanness and all of the mistakes we make and all of the things that we go through, with and having to go to God for help and all of this other stuff, what do you think he thinks you're worth? He got to love you because he wake you up every morning. We ain't talking about that. But do you think that your worth in the eyes of the Creator is based on what you wear, the car you drive, the house you live in? That's the question. Okay, so the new theme on social media is that worth is somehow monetary and that your worth is a tangible thing that you have. It is the idea that I need to know what you bring to the table, and it has to be worth or worthy. It has to be worth what I think that I'm worth. It has to equal what I think I'm worth, but it also has to be worthy of me. You see what I'm saying? And so when you change what you're worth and what you see yourself as something that is tangible or something that you can see in your, or something that you can keep in your hand or put into your bank account, when you turn it into that, then all of a sudden now you need a break. Because nothing in a relationship, especially 4 months, I think Tiki Wolf said it. You're not even in a real relationship. Y'all haven't even begun to be in a relationship after 4 months. Hell, 2 years for some people ain't enough time. Because, honey, let's talk about me. 2 years ain't enough for me in a relationship, honey, because the baggage that I bring, the things that I have to work through just to integrate another person into my life, honey, we're gonna have to have a 5-year plan, something. Because you're going to need to know exactly what you're getting into. These contacts and these lashes come off. This is a filter. And let's bring in it and all the other stuff I bring in. Getting over chemo, being a survivor of domestic violence, being a survivor of rape, being a survivor of homelessness. Child, that's what I'm bringing. That is packed in a bag, and I'm bringing it with me. You got a bag over there. What you bringing in? Daddy issues, mommy issues, baby mama drama. All this stuff got to be, and you about to bring that into one thing. You should have thought about that before you started me in with this 4-month thing. Now you want a break? You want to travel and maneuver yourself into somebody else's life while I'm over here waiting on you? Or you're not gonna put me on layaway? No, I believe in God. Exactly, Tiki Wolf. So you want to take a break? You coming back? You ever tell your children, I'm gonna go run out for me, and they know you. The first thing, mama, you coming back? Because if you telling me you need to take a break, then I want to know if you coming back. And so that's it. I have this. I'm going to only do these for like an hour. So I got 7 minutes. Does anybody have any questions? Does anybody want to give me another insight on that? And I'm looking mostly over here because there's I'm gonna replay my YouTube, but let me know if you have any more insight. Did I miss something with the idea? Because if somebody is telling, the only way that you should be taking a break in a relationship, hey, little dumping, if you have been in that relationship for more than 5 or 10 years, and there is either infidelity or there is a real issue with communication, and you want to take a break, from all of it, so that you can come back together and regroup. Because a break means we coming back together. But if you're getting divorced, say we getting a divorce. Stop putting people on layaway. So that's my thought on it. And I thank y'all for all the comments. I really do. And so we have 5 minutes. Anybody have anything that they want to keep on going with that? I'm going to, in 5 minutes, I'm going to stop the YouTube and I'm going to let them go. And then, oh, you did? DJ Chico, what was the question, sir? Do you think a lot of people are scared of the... Yeah, I think that, City, I think that a lot of people don't ask the question of, are you coming back? Because they scared of the answer. But this is the thing, and I want you to think about this. People don't ask questions that they don't know the answer to because they fear the unknown. And so if they ask a question, they already know the answer to it. So if they ask you if you're coming back, they know what you're going to say. But if they don't ask, they still know what you're going to say and they don't want to hear it. DJ Chico, what was your question? Yeah, Gather, they know the question. They scared. So Tiki, we all been there. People don't want to admit it, but we all done been in those relationships. But this is the thing. When you are with someone, this is the thing. This solve all that. I got 4 minutes. Listen. Before you get into a relationship, you need to sit down and have the hardest conversation with that person that you think you can have with them. If they stay after having to talk to you about embarrassing things or things that are just hard for them to get off their chest or their feelings, then that's something worth working for. But if they start if they start off with, man, we ain't going to go through all that, walk away. Because that's not just a phase or a fad that they're going through. They have no way of communicating with you. And if you can't communicate before you give me the wang, then you're not going to be able to communicate. They're not going to be able to communicate with you after you put your clothes back on. Some relationships are not relationships. They sectionships. Because all y'all doing is bamming. That's it. Y'all just bamming. And so when you're in a relationship, it is not wrong or crazy to ask them, are we in a relationship yet? Who, if you don't ask them, how you gonna know? Are we in a relationship yet? Oh, what time you think we're gonna be doing that? Like, what time you think we're gonna be doing the relationship thing? Because it's been 6 months. What time you think that's gonna be? Because you're not giving me nothing. I had an ex-boyfriend. He had a 5-year plan, but he couldn't make it through the first year. Your plan sucks. But I was a different person then than I am now, because I was like the person I'm talking about. I wasn't asking him nothing because I didn't want him to say. I knew he was gonna leave. I knew that if I started asking the tough questions, he was gonna fly out that door so quick. He was gonna leave one of them cartoon sideways imprints because he was not saying. So I got 2 minutes. I'm gonna stay on TikTok. I'm gonna just get off my Facebook. So I got 2 minutes. Thank y'all for coming. Appreciate everybody that's going to see this. I will be back next Friday at 8 o'clock. I have no topic yet, but it'll come to me. I'm still trying to be a professional at this, as you can see. And so this was brought to you by Bedroom Candy /18927 and bedroomcandy.com/18927, and also by Uppity Negro Apparel.shop, and also by Bobby Takeover, which is me. Bobby Takeover, which is my first book, which is called Mom. Don't come for me about that little ponytail. My mama worked it. You understand me? Okay, so TikTok, y'all give me a second. Let me come off of this right here. and I will join y'all, and then we can talk about anything else y'all want to talk about. Hold on.